my loves, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. Here in this channel I will talk about relaxed hair growth tips, protective styling, and so much more concerning the hair topic in general. So if you know you're interested in this type of content, please consider subscribing to join the family. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to have healthy, thick, relaxed hair. This was actually a requested video, so here we are. So there are two aspects of this, because it's one thing to have healthy hair and it's another thing to have thick hair. Your hair can be healthy and not thick, and your hair can be thick and not healthy. So it's actually possible to have one without the other, but I'm actually combining the two in this video. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips that can help you to achieve a healthy, thick, relaxed hair. Now the first point I'm going to mention is the natural texture of your hair, or the natural density of your hair, and this is from genetics. Genetics actually have a very crucial role to play in the density and texture of your hair. It does not mean that if your hair is thin now, or if the density of your hair is low, it doesn't mean that there are things you can't do to improve that. There are actually things you can do to improve the density and texture of your hair. That is if your hair is not at its full potential. So there are things you can actually do to improve the texture and density of your hair if you are not like naturally gifted with very dense or high textured hair. But this simply just means that someone that has the genes for very high density or a very textured hair has the upper hand. That is if the person is actually taking care of the hair, because it's actually very possible for your hair to be more textured and more dense than someone who has the genetics for that, if that person is not actually taking care of his or her hair. So whether you have the genes or not, it's actually very possible for you to have thick, healthy, relaxed hair, but genetics also has a role to play. So moving on, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is texturizing your hair. So if you are natural, you may not actually pay attention to this point, because this point is actually for like those that are relaxed. So instead of relaxing, there's an option of texturizing your hair. So texturizing is actually like a milder form of relaxing your hair. So you get to retain some texture, some coils. Not every bond is broken down. Less bonds are broken down, so you actually retain a lot of texture in your hair. And when this happens, your hair appears more thick, more dense, more full, and even more healthy. So there's actually an option of texturizing your hair if you've been relaxing your hair. But then the hair care for texturized hair is going to be slightly different from when it's completely relaxed. Just like the care for relaxed hair is different from the care for natural hair, because texturized hair is actually like kind of between relaxed and natural hair. So your hair care regimen may have to change a little if you eventually decide to texturize your hair. So this is one way of actually making your hair thicker. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is coils. So there are different ways of achieving coils on your hair. You can use heatless methods, you can use heat. So the thing with coils is that it does not actually improve the health or density or texture of your hair, but it gives you that appearance of a fuller look. So it makes your hair appear fuller and thicker. If you guys notice, when my hair is freshly relaxed, it looks less dense as compared to now. And when I just take out my hair from a protective style, which I've shared so many times on this channel, like there are so many videos on my channel where I took out my protective styles, and you guys actually saw that my hair even appeared more dense than this. And that is because of the coils I retained in my hair after taking down the protective style. So it's actually possible for you to make your hair appear fuller and thicker by just giving your hair coils, either with heatless method or by using heat. So moving on, I'm not going to emphasize so much on this point, because I always talk about this a lot on my channel, and that is using protective styles, low manipulation, and relaxer stretches. So these three things can actually make your hair healthier, and there's a very high possibility that if your hair is healthier, your hair becomes thicker. So like I said, I'm not going to spend so much time on this point. I've talked about this a lot on my channel, so you can watch my previous videos on this topic. You can watch my playlist on protective styling, you can watch my playlist on relaxer stretches. Now moving on, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is trim. So I always say your hair always grows irrespective of what you do. The problem is with breakage, and breakage usually occurs at the ends. This happens when the ends are damaged, when they are split, where they are see-through. So if you notice that your ends are damaged and you just ignore ignore them, the split ends or the damage can actually travel up your hair shaft and eventually break off. So instead of you just trimming off like the ends of your hair, the hair eventually trims itself, but kind of in an unhealthy way, because like I said, the splits are going to travel up, and when they do, instead of just the ends to be unhealthy, the entire hair shaft is going to be unhealthy, because the entire hair shaft may now be split when the splits travel up the shaft. So when this happens, your hair strands become thinner due to the splitting and the breakage. So in order to prevent this, always trim your ends when you notice they are damaged or splits, to prevent the splits from traveling up and causing breakage and thin hair. So moving on, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is proper nutrition. What you give to your body is what is going to give to you. What you give your hair is what is going to give to you. The way your body is, your skin, your hair and all that is actually a reflection of what you actually take in. So if you take in trash, there's a very high possibility that your hair may be trash. So take in what your hair needs. I always say the natural oils or the natural products produced from the scalp or from your body are more healthy compared to all these products we apply on our hair, because there are actually a lot of chemicals added in those products to preserve them and all that. So the most healthy form of protein, the most healthy form of oil you can actually give to your hair is that is produced from within. So to get the ingredients for your body to produce these things, you have to feed it with the right nutrition. And what are these things that the hair needs? Protein, moisture, basically. So you have to make sure you are taking in enough water. You have to make sure you are properly hydrated so that your hair can be hydrated as well. You have to make sure you take in enough protein. You can even go a step further by taking supplements. I have not actually taken any supplements for hair growth. Maybe one of these days I'll just try it as a form of experiment and share with you guys my result with it. But so far in my entire 8 years of my hair journey, I have not taken any supplements. But if you've been taking supplements and it has been working for you, fine, you can stick with it. But the point of all this is make sure you take in a proper nutrition, make sure you are well hydrated, make sure you are taking in enough protein. So another point I'm going to talk about is don't overwash your hair. Now, shampoos, especially sulfate containing shampoos, actually have the tendency of drying your hair and stripping your hair of moisture. So when you wash your hair too frequently, like twice in a week, you are actually making your hair more dry than necessary. Some people wash their hair weekly, that's once a week, but I usually don't wash my hair weekly. I wash my hair in between my protective styles or in between my relaxer stretches. So except there's an indication for you to wash your hair frequently, for example, if you work out a lot, go to the gym every day, like you sweat a lot and all that, I would not recommend that you wash your hair too frequently, because when you do this, you are stripping your hair of its natural oils, your hair becomes drier, and when your hair is dry, your hair tends to break. When your hair is breaking, your hair is not healthy and your hair eventually thins out. So moving on, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is hair masks and DIYs. Now there are tons of hair masks and DIYs you can actually do. You don't actually have to splurge on products to give your hair what it needs. When I started my hair journey, I was basically using DIYs and hair masks before I eventually started buying the products I'm using currently, after I got to like mid-back length or waist length. But before that, most of the things I was doing were DIY. So there are a lot of videos on the internet on DIYs, or maybe I should even start filming DIY videos for you guys so that you guys can see how you can very, very well take care of your hair without actually splurging on products. So there are a lot: rice water, banana hair mask, honey mask, aloe vera gel, onion mask, egg mask. There are tons of them. So doing hair mask is actually another way of improving the health of your hair, giving your hair a protein treatment, giving your hair a moisture treatment. So doing this can actually improve the health and thickness of your hair. Now, another thing I'm going to be talking about is stress. Yes, guys, you may not believe it, but stress actually has a very big impact on the health of your hair. It may not just be physical stress, even hormonal stress can actually affect the health of your hair. That's why some people experience postpartum hair loss. So I know sometimes stress is inevitable, but just try and de-stress as frequently and as much as possible for the health of your hair and for your overall health. The internet is free. There are so many posts online, there are so many videos you can watch on how to de-stress. So have a de-stress distress routine. It can be twice a week, it can be every Sundays, it can be every day. The distress routine is very, very important, not just for the health of your hair, but for your overall health and your mental health. So try to incorporate this into your daily or weekly routine. So yeah guys, those are the tips I have for you on how to have or how to get healthy, thick, relaxed hair. If you have any more questions concerning this topic, please make sure to leave them in the comment section and I'll make sure to get back to you. If you watched this video this far and you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you are new here and you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing to join the family, and don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that you'll be the first to get notified whenever I upload a new video. So yeah guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.